Hi students, welcome to the last PowerPoint presentation of chapter 4, 4.4, with the title Our Own Journey, which is about the evolution of man. Now, these are the keywords from this paragraph, which are the English keywords on the left, Australopithecus and Homo. And the Dutch translations, as you can see, are exactly the same, Australopithecus and Homo. And these are scientific names, and therefore they are the same in Dutch as they are in English. The learning objectives for this paragraph are as follows: that you can describe which ape-like species were the first species in the evolution of man. You can describe that the first human-like creatures evolved out of apes in Africa around 5 million years ago. And you can describe the development of the genus Homo to the species of Homo sapiens. This is one of the first human-like animals that has been found, and maybe you've heard of it because it is this is a model of Lucy. And Lucy was ape-like organism in the genus of Australopithecus. And Australopithecus is one of the first human-like animals that walked the earth. Now, possibly some species of Australopithecus coexisted with species of our genus, which is Homo, and Homo means man. Now here you can see the differences between the building plans of chimpanzees, Australopithecus afarensis, and the modern human. As you can see here, you can see the chimpanzee with a small body, and Lucy, which is Australopithecus, is, well, very much alike. Now the feet are a little bit different. So the feet, as you can see, are a little bit different. The chimpanzee has opposable thumbs in the feet. Now we don't, we only have opposable thumbs in our hands. And here you can see we have different types of feet, which enables us to become bigger and walk more upright. Now the first human-like creatures evolved out of apes in Africa around 5 million years ago, and they looked nothing like the modern humans. But our genus first appeared 2.4 million years ago. This was Homo habilis. And this species used stone tools. Now the use of tools gave them a big advantage over the Australopithecus species with whom they shared their environment and who did not use tools. Homo habilis became extinct about 1.4 million years ago. Now in Africa, two other Homo species arose. One was Homo ergaster, about 1.7 million years ago. And this species looked a lot like another species, which was Homo erectus. Homo erectus first appeared 1.5 million years ago. And it was possibly the first species to leave Africa. They migrated to Asia and were possibly also the first species to use fire to cook their food. And it's even believed that Homo erectus used a kind of raft to travel to islands, so maybe they built boats. Now the Homo erectus only disappeared about 100,000 years ago, which makes this species the second most successful Homo species after modern man. Now the successor of, not of Homo erectus, but the successor of Homo ergaster and Homo habilis was Homo heidelbergensis. And it's thought that Homo heidelbergensis is the ancestor of both Neanderthals, or Homo neanderthalensis, and Homo sapiens. He lived in Europe. First discovery of the bones of this Homo-like creature was in Heidelberg, hence the name. And it's the predecessor of Homo neanderthalensis, for example. Now, Neanderthals lived primarily in Europe and in what we now call the Middle East, from approximately 400,000 till 30,000 years ago. This ancestral human species was well adapted to the ice ages that raged the earth for hundreds of thousands of years. Now, the first modern humans, Homo sapiens, lived about 250,000 years ago and were called the Cro-Magnon men, named after the area in France where their first fossils were found. For a long period of time, the Neanderthals and the first Homo sapiens lived side by side. And it's not sure whether they competed with each other for food or space or other resources. Now, once the cold periods ended and the climate became warmer, Neanderthals had great difficulties adapting to this new environment. And just like the other species that were adapted to the Ice Age, the Neanderthals became extinct. Now, after the extinction of Neanderthal man, for the first time in history, there was only one species of human, which was the Homo sapiens. Sapiens means wise, and Homo sapiens, of course, populated the whole planet, and there are about 7 billion individuals today. Now, for a long time, scientists thought that in the last 30,000 years, we were the only human species on the planet, but in 2003 this idea was proved wrong. On the island of Flores in the Indian Ocean, some fossils were found of very small human-like creatures. In 2004, the scientists who discovered these fossils claimed that the fossils were from a new species of humans that became extinct only 12,000 years ago. It was named Homo floresiensis, after the island where they were discovered. Now, scientists now believe that Homo floresiensis is directly descended from Homo erectus. So it's another type of human species next to the Homo sapiens. Now, this human species was able to survive for such a long period because the island of Flores is very much isolated. Other human species did not reach the island and therefore could not threaten their survival. The cause of their final extinction is believed to be a massive volcanic eruption on Flores that happened 12,000 years ago. And this is the evolutionary tree that shows a possible path of human evolution. So as you can see here on the bottom, there we can see Homo habilis. Due to evolution, due to natural selection, this Homo habilis, it became extinct, but some individuals that had adapted turned into Homo ergaster, also in Africa. Now, Homo ergaster is believed to be the ancestor of both Homo erectus and Homo heidelbergensis. As you can see, there is a separation here in the two evolutionary lines. So Homo erectus is not an ancestor of Homo neanderthalensis or Homo sapiens. Homo ergaster is. But Homo erectus is believed to be the direct ancestor of Homo floresiensis, which is now extinct. And this is us, Homo sapiens. We are descendants from Homo heidelbergensis and about 1.5 million years ago of Homo ergaster. So basically that's it. The evolution of hominids, of man, of human-like creatures. And this brings us to the end of this chapter, which is a basic theory of evolution and how man have evolved to Homo sapiens, the species that we are today.